Hello. Thank you for joining Only in Sedona Yoga for this Hatha to Restorative flow. These gentle, basic flows are intended for yogis of all levels and those using their program as part of their healing therapy. Please feel free to grab any props that you might like, and let's talk to our mats. All right, beautiful yogi, let's begin on our hands and knees with some cat-cows just to get into our spine. So go ahead and round your spine like a scared Halloween kitty. And then with your next inhale, dip down into the saddle, lifting the head, and continue to move for a few breaths here at your own pace. As you begin to close out the outside world, mentally enter your sanctuary of yoga, where you are safe, protected, and loved. Use those first few quiet moments to form an intention for your practice. And please resolve to modify any of the postures to make this flow entirely personalized for you. You always have the freedom to exit out of anything that causes physical or mental discomfort, taking an alternative. I'll try to show you alternatives as we go. We use this time to unite your breath and body, and unite your mental, emotional, spiritual self with your physical self. Give me one more here. Wow. Hold this last one up at the top. Just stretch it out. Really feel the opening of that back. And then return to a flat spine. Maybe walk your hands out just an inch or two and lift up into your first down dog. Take a second to adjust here. So go ahead and bend your knees. Lift your fanny a little taller. And then drop those heels. And go ahead and walk out your dog. Just alternating one leg and then the other. And once again, uniting your breath and body. And then lift on both toes. Drop those heels. Just give me a breath or two here in your down dog, please. And then just come walking it forward to the front of your mat. Your hands might come up, and that's okay. You can bring them to cross in front of you and tick-tock it out. If your hands brush the mat, maybe you want to walk side to side. But if they don't reach, don't worry. Another alternative here is to take 2 blocks, place them on either side. That can really help, especially if you have some spine injuries that you don't want to exacerbate. But either way, just surrender to that forward fold before lifting up to a flat spine and then softening your knees as you round all the way up to the top. Taking a nice deep breath inhale before coming to stand in your mountain pose. Roll your shoulders back, soften your knees, strengthen and lengthen your spine, and reconnect with your intention and the energetic vibe you hope to create through your practice, or simply check in with how you're feeling, observing without judgment. And let's move through a Hatha flow here, starting with the sun salutation. Take a deep breath, inhale, and as you exhale, walk it down the legs. Remember, you can place your blocks here if you like, or come all the way down, surrender, before lifting to a flat spine, placing those hands on the mat and stepping or hopping back to plank. You can always drop your knees to chaturanga, or just keep those elbows hugged in as your shoulders come forward, Hover, feel your strength for a minute, and then two options. You can uncurl your toes and come into a full up dog, keeping those hips elevated. If you prefer, you can come all the way to your belly and take a cobra right here. Either way, push yourself back and up. Meet me in your down dog when you're ready. Maybe adjust and stay here for a breath or two. And you can heave a big sigh and a smile to ease tension whenever you like throughout your practice. And your next inhale brings that left leg up. Let it open to the side. Take a second just to explore the opening of the hip. Maybe put a little motion in there. Whatever feels good. Before bringing that leg through, taking your front foot, placing it right between your palms. And drop your back knee. You can walk up here to your thigh or take your full Anjaneyasana. Hold here. Feel the sun if you're outside. Taking your practice outside is wonderful in the warm weather. There are many health benefits to being outdoors that you can reap. Take those hands down on either side of your thigh. Just press back to that half split. And then come forward again, bringing those palms to the earth. Lift on that back toe. Open up here. Twist into it. Before bringing that hand down, get a nice firm base. And then come on up to a nice high lunge. Hold it here, feel the strength in your legs. Your next inhale brings your hands into your chest. Exhale, take it against that thigh. Now you have a few options here. You can hold it right here, pressing against that thigh. If it's within your practice, you can reach through the legs. Try to take a bind. And if you fall out like I just did, no big deal. Just re-get that pose. And if this isn't working for you, you can just calm down here. Let's come down here anyway. Readjust, get that good base. And then lift yourself up into that high lunge again. Just long enough to take a breath or two before pivoting it around and coming into a warrior two. So your back foot is at 45 degrees. Arms are out. Hips are square. Your next inhale lifts you up to a peaceful warrior. Your next exhale takes it into a side angle. Hold here and breathe. And then come on up through center. Walk that front leg in about a foot. Turn the toe back out. Stick out that hip. Slide down into a triangle. Now here's a great place for a block. If you want to place a block right here. If you can go all the way down, do so. You can also hold here on the thigh if that's more comfortable for you. And then come on up. Dive it down into a low lunge again. Step back and flow through your vinyasas. So chaturanga, taking your cobra or up dog, and then meeting me in your down dog. Take a breath or two here. Catch up if you need to. Feel this move in your body. We're taking a nice stroll again right to the front of your mat. Inhaling to a flat spine. Exhaling as you take it down. And soften those knees as you roll up. Looking up, palms touch. Exhale to heart center. Preparing to get that on the other side, but first taking a brief mindful pause. Reconnect with your intention. Check back in with yourself. And then take that deep breath, inhale again. Exhale as you surrender into your forward fold. Inhale to your flat spine. And exhale, step or hop back to your plank. Chaturanga. And take the cobra or up dog variation that feels right for your body. Before pushing back through all fours or just tucking those toes and meeting me in your down dog once more. Breathe here, feel the stretch along the posterior chain. And then your next inhale takes that right leg up. Let it open out to the side. Maybe put a little motion in there. Feel the opening of that hip, play with it for a moment. Before bringing that other leg through, planting it between the hands, bringing that back knee down. Again, you can just walk up here or open up into your Anjaneyasana. When you've had enough, bring your palms down, press on back, and give me that half splits. And when you've had enough there, come forward, lift on that back toe for opening up that low lunge, twist, twist, twist. And then bring that hand down to solidify your base. Bring it up into that high lunge. Feel the strength of your legs. And when you've had enough, inhale the hands to heart center and twist against that thigh. You can certainly stay here if you want to try our little challenge. Try to reach around and bind, look up. And then release. Reconnect with that nice strong base. For lifting to your high lunge one more time. Just pausing here for a breath or two before shifting that back foot. Coming into your warrior two. Squaring those hips. Gazing towards the front fingertips. Inhale to your peaceful warrior. Exhale, take it to a side angle. And just take a moment of appreciation here. I'm appreciating the view. Maybe you just want to appreciate your body for what it can do as you come on up. And then just walk that front foot in, about a foot, and then turn it out. Remember, you can use a block here. You can slide into triangle holding the calf. You can slide all the way down if you wish. Whatever works for you. And to come out of this, just bend into that front leg. Come back to that low lunge, stepping back, flowing through your vinyasa. Inhaling to your cobra or up dog. And exhaling, meeting me in your down dog. Adjust if you must, take a few breaths here. Before walking it forward, we're going to do a little bit of balance work here. But first, just surrender to that forward fold. And then inhale to a flat spine. And soften those knees as you come up. Inhaling up overhead. Exhale, come into heart center. We're going to do 2 sun salutation A with a dancer pose thrown in there at the end. So follow along, moving mindfully, but you might want to move towards a wall or a chair if you need help with balance. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, take it up, cobra or up dog. Exhale into your down dog. Stay here, take a breath. And then just step your left leg forward, followed by the right. Getting your balance on that left leg, starting to shift your weight as you come rolling up. Let your palms touch overhead before reaching down, taking that right leg, coming into your dancer pose. Hold and breathe. And then just come out of this. Inhale, touch overhead. We're gonna go right back into that vinyasa. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, step it back. Through your chaturanga. Inhaling to your up dog. Exhale, meet me in your down dog. Stay here, adjust, breathe. Before stepping big foot forward with the right, followed by the left. Shifting that weight into the right leg as you start to come rolling up, touching your palms overhead, taking that dancer on the other side. And if you fall out, it is no big deal. I fall on camera, my flaws are out on camera, and it's all a part of positivity because we're all different. We're all human. Come out of that with control. Inhale here. And exhale to heart center. And as you take a mindful pause, remind yourself that growth comes not from striving for perfection, but accepting what is, being gentle with yourself as you take a deep breath, inhale, and just trying your best to get a little better every day. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale as you step back to plank. And once you reach your plank, bring your knees down. We're going to begin the restorative part of our workout in child's pose. If you'd like a prop, feel free to grab whatever props you have. I like to use a bolster here in child's pose, keeping my legs kind of wide and collapsing over it. You might prefer a block for your head. Some people like that. Whatever you prefer, you can go all the way down and just spend about a minute or two here in child's pose. Focus on your breath. Maybe you want to switch the direction your head faces halfway through. And then just come up. We're going to go into, if you're from the yin tradition, a caterpillar, otherwise just a seated forward fold. And I'm going to give you a few options here. Option one is just a traditional seated forward fold. If you want to play with the angle, you can sit on that bolster. Gives you a little change in the angle, or you can sit on a block. I like to push this right into my belly to remind me not to round out through my low back, where I have a little degenerative disc. Either way, take a deep breath, inhale, before folding into your forward fold, holding, letting the arms relax. Please make this for you. And simply breathe and be for a minute or two. When you've had enough come out, we're going to reverse this with a reverse tabletop. Just place your bolster to the side. Two options here. Option one, bend your legs. Lift it on up, let your head drop back without losing control or hyperextending your neck. Option number two, you can extend those legs and just take a breath or two here. And release. Moving into the front of those thighs. Couple of options here. You can be on your side. Grab your leg, stretch it back. You can lay on your belly using your bolster, or you can go into a full half saddle. I'll show you the belly option real quick. You're here and you can lay down, of course, be comfortable. Or you can just use the earth as a little resistance. Maybe take your bolster behind you and take your half saddle that way. And you can cactus the arms, place them above. Let them rest on your belly, whatever feels good. This is your chance to nurture your body and to learn a little about it. So move in ways that feel healing to you. And when you've had enough on this side, release from wherever you are. Do so gently. Give that knee a little shake, a little love. However you're holding the pose, and then just get to the other side. And when you've had enough, come on out of this one. Come up to sit forward on your mat. We're going to end with some seated twists and a very quick meditation. So just place that bolster to the side unless you prefer to sit on it. Take a nice deep breath, inhale right where you are. And as you exhale, twist to one side and then take a breath. And then take another nice deep inhale in the center. And as you exhale, go to the other side and then take a breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. Bring your hands to rest on your knees. Let your chin drop to your chest. Roll either ear to either shoulder. Let your head come to rest in the center. Lift it up slightly. And just pause here and take 3 deep breaths as you thank yourself for the work that you've done and generate a feeling of gratitude in your heart center for making the right choice for you, for reconnecting with yourself through mindful movement. Maybe using this to avoid a trigger, maybe using it to avoid doing something self-destructive. Do something positive instead. To calm that nervous system when you feel upset. Give thanks for that. Validate yourself. Be grateful for you. As we seal our practice by taking one final deep breath and tapping our foreheads to remind us to be mindful of our thoughts, our lips to be mindful of our speech, and our hearts in gratitude for our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining Only in Sedona Yoga. As always, please watch for our new videos coming out every single Wednesday, so hit that bell so you get those alerts. Subscribe to our channel. Look for our new websites coming out soon, and have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you.